you've got the wire coming around. You pull this underneath the glove box, then you pull this corner and it goes then under the weather stripping, and it kind of goes under this plastic. You come up and around, and this piece of headboard here where the side impact airbag is, you actually just grab it. It's hard to do while I'm filming with one hand, but you just kind of pull it, and it has a stopper that'll stop it in a real collision. This red thing is what clamps on up into there, that slit. But what you want to do is get the cable behind this rolled up impact airbag. If you put the cable in front of it or just lazily run it on the headboard, it'll block this curtain airbag from deploying in an accident. So you run it behind back there, and then you go just up in the headboard. You can see it's loose. I can even put my finger there all the way around, and then look, it's the camera. So you get the camera installed and you're good for a forward facing. And then rear facing, you make room for the side plug-in. You run that same cable, a different rear facing cable, up the same headboard, come behind this rolled up airbag, and then you'll go down, because the headboard actually is very tight up here, especially around other airbag spots. I chose to get a longer one, and you come down the weather stripping, and you can see that cable coming down now. This is the rear cable. Go down the weather stripping of the passenger door. I turn this corner here because I could pry it up, and this comes up with those same latches. You just run it around. Then I came back through here. I came right under this weather strip, plastic, into the weather stripping under here, all the way, and then I turned the corner here because, again, for some reason it's really tight and you don't want it bulging out and seeing a cable. So I ran it through up here. This little flap here is actually just, you pull it out with a flathead screwdriver, and it has a little cable attachment, and you pull a little 8mm or so wrench out. That'll let you loosen this up. And again, there's a side curtain airbag. You run it behind it and then up through the headboard to the back door, just kind of loosely stranded up to the back door, and then you're good. At that point, you'll come down to your rear facing camera, and I just had to put it between the heaters for where it sticks. It's not ideal, but they didn't have a spot for rear cameras with the heaters in the window, so had to go up there. I chose one row lower because that's where the rear wiper cleans instead of the top wiper, but probably not a big deal. So same deal, once you get in the back with that USB cable, this headliner up here, really easy to come down, and actually there's a couple points right around here and here that you just yank it down and it'll stop. And then you can have ease of access to get that USB cable all the way over to the left here, and you come up this larger, they call it a boot. What you'll need is a cord snake, a flexible cord snake to run up here, because these boots on the GMs don't come off really easy, and they actually pry off. They break if you start to pry them. So I just took about the same flexibility as a coat hanger, but it's made for snaking through walls and stuff. You tie the cable through it and you snake it up, and then you pull it down. And this piece, same deal, it's plastic. You just pull it. I'm not going to do it now, but you just pull it, yank it, and it'll have those stops come out, and the whole thing will detach, and you can set it aside while you run the cable up and over to your rear view dash cam. So this boot is probably the hardest part. If you use a little silicone grease spray, once you have this off, you can spray down in there and it'll help the snake get it up through there. Otherwise, for the Chevy, and I've seen other YouTubes where you can get this off and just pull it down, but I could not get the rubber boot off. So snaking it was perfectly fine. You had enough room once this headliner was pulled down a couple inches on the stops, just to snake it up there, and then it's done.